Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the rest of the brothers. Honors to you, and Shalom to the rest of the elect worldwide that believe in this truth. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy, as it pertains to the scriptures. Alright. I have an article from RT, and it's dated May 17th, 2015. And the headline reads, China rapidly upgrading nuclear arsenal with MIR-V missiles. Alright. Now all of this is pertaining to, like I said, prophecy in the scriptures, which is leading up to World War III. Alright. So I'm going to get into it. Hold me for a second. Alright, here we go. Salaki. It says China is fast refurbishing its arsenal of silo-based long-range ballistic missiles to carry multiple independently targetable warheads, defense experts say. The move comes decades after Beijing acquired the technology, indicating a strategy change. Alright, and you can see up here in the image in the caption, these are Chinese-made Dongfang 31 East Wind 31 intercontinental ballistic missiles pass through Tiananmen Square. Alright. So it says it has been speculated on for years that the Chinese military is upgrading some of its bigger ICBMs with multiple independently target reentry vehicle technology, or MIRVs, which allows a single missile to carry multiple warheads across the globe and deploy them to aim at individual targets. Alright. It says the assessment was endorsed by the U.S. government in the latest Pentagon report on Chinese military might, which marked Dongfang 5 missiles, China's large liquid propellant rocket capable of reaching the U.S. as MIRV capable. The same report said Dongfang 41 smaller solid propellant road mobile ICBMs were possibly capable of carrying MIRVs. According to the New York Times, as many as half of China's 20 Dongfang 5 missiles may have been upgraded by now, with a conservative estimate that each missile would carry 3 individual warheads. It increased the number of warheads that Beijing may fire at an enemy to 40, up from 20. The newspaper said, citing a number of defensive experts. All right. So this is basically dealing with the Chinese upgrading their nuclear warheads. Okay, and like I said, this is all leading up to World War III. Because this is basically how this final world war, or as the scriptures call it, the third woe, is going to be fought. Okay, it's going to be a nuclear war. All right. Now you hear about these different reports in the news to where they say if things keep up between Russia and the U.S. and Iran and the tension in the Ukraine and the Middle East, there could be a nuclear war. Well, according to the scriptures, it's going to happen. Okay. Now, not only is China upgrading their their missiles, okay, and testing missiles and gearing up for war, so are other countries. All right, and one is North Korea. So I have another article I'm gonna get into. This is from WantChinaTimes.com. It says tensions mount after North Korea fires missiles from a submarine ship. All right, and this is dated from the 10th, 2015. All right, so it's not just China that's actually upgrading and testing their nuclear missiles. The North Koreans are as well. All right, and you can see it here. So it says a ballistic missile is launched from a submarine in a photo provided by KCNA, North Korea's official news agency, May 9th. It says inter-Korean tensions escalated on Saturday as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea test-fired ballistic and cruise missiles to the eastern coast of the Korean Peninsula. The DPRK test-fired 3 ship-to-ship missiles for about an hour from 4:25 p.m. local time off its northeast coast. The South Korean military was quoted by local media as saying, all right, it says those were believed to be KN-01 cruise missiles. The country's supreme leader Kim Jong-un oversaw firing of the missiles on February 6th. Okay, so North Korea, they're gearing up for war too. All right, and they're firing these different missiles to basically prepare their military for the things to come. Um, I'm gonna skip down some, and I'm gonna let's see. Here we go. It says Pyongyang has test fired long-range ballistic missiles, including intercontinental ballistic missiles, 5 times, and the latest was the launch of the Unha-3 rocket to put a satellite into orbit in December 2012. It says it resulted in a widespread belief that Pyongyang's long-range missiles are capable of striking the western part of the U.S. mainland. You know, like I said, you got these different countries and these different nations that have these nuclear missiles that are going to take part in using those missiles to destroy America, which is known in the scriptures as Babylon, the daughter of Babylon or Babylon the Great. All right, so you may have North Korea hitting the western U.S. mainland. You may have Russia and India and China and these other nations with ICBMs that will destroy different parts, because it's going to be a collective effort to destroy America from all of America's former allies and enemies, according to prophecy. So it says while the ICBMs can be detected before launches by surveillance satellites and early warning aircraft, the SLBM is very hard to detect and preemptively strike. It could trigger an overhaul in South Korea's missile defense system. It says the DPRK's third nuclear test in February 2013 raised concern for its miniaturizing nuclear devices. If Pyongyang succeeds in producing a nuclear warhead that can be mounted onto the SLBM, its nuclear operational capability will become a real threat. All right. So these are the things that's going on around the world with these different nations preparing for war, man. Okay. Um. Now the so-called North Korean, South Korean, excuse me, uh, uh, the Chinese, they're known as the Moabites or Moab in the Bible, the nation of Moab. Okay, and the prophecy pertaining to what they were going to do and what's going to happen to them is in the future, because, well, it's in the scriptures, and that's their future is to ultimately go into slavery, because China and these other nations believe that they're to be the next superpower on the earth after America falls, because everybody sees that the U.S. America's corroding from the inside out. Okay, its leaders are corrupt. All right, the dollar is failing. Okay, and being devalued by the damn millisecond every day. So these other nations are being pompous and seeing themselves as the next rulers. But according to the scriptures, that's not so. Okay. Um. So I'm gonna pull a precept real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48. Uh. The whole chapter is good, but I wanna get to the point. Um. Jeremiah, the 48th chapter is dealing with Moab, the so-called North Koreans, the so-called Chinese, and what's to happen. Um, bear with me for a second. Right, this is Jeremiah 48:11. It says, Moab has been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lees, and hath not been emptied from vessel to vessel, neither hath he gone into captivity. Therefore his taste remain in him, and his scent is not changed. But therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send unto him wanderers, that shall cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessels and break their bottles. And Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel, their confidence. Verse 14 is the point. It says, How say ye, we are mighty and strong men for the war? Because they're upgrading their missiles, they're testing their missiles, okay, and they believe that they're to be the next superpower, okay. But the Most High says, How say ye, we are mighty and strong men for the war? All right, verse 15. It says, Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, saith the King, whose name is the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. Verse 16. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. So these North Koreans, these Chinese, okay, they're not going to be the next superpower, okay? They're going to be destroyed. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay? And they're going in the captivity underneath the Israelites, all right? The real Israelites, the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native American Indians, okay? They're going to be our slaves and our captives, okay? Now, that's just on that side, because you got China allied with Russia, which right now um, they're all enemies to America. Matter of fact, when you look here to the right of the screen, it says most read. It says number one, China looks forward to T-14 Armada tanks from Russia because they're allies, and Russia has been known, especially recently in the recent years, recent months, to be giving out different military equipment to China, Russia, okay, China, Iran, okay, different military equipment to prepare for war. All right, but then you got in the in the in the West, what they call the Western world, you got NATO, the EU, America. They're preparing for war as well. All right, so this is another article from RT. It's entitled NATO in Eastern Europe. It says, excuse me. It says 6,000 in Lithuania war games. Polish HQ doubles troops. All right. So these are the Western nations. Okay, as they're called today. These NATO and American allied nations, the EU. They're preparing for war as well against Russia, against China, against North Korea. Okay. I'm gonna read some of this. It says Lithuania is conducting its biggest military exercises since joining NATO in 2004. Meanwhile, 200 extra troops are set to arrive at the alliance's headquarters in Eastern Europe, located in Szczecin, Poland. It says the huge allied presence demonstrates solidarity with the countries of this region. Major General Almontes Leka, who is in charge of the country's land army, said as the annual Saber Strike military drills began. So that's the tone, okay, as far as these other nations are concerned, okay. We're in the time of war, all right, and this is all about war, preparing for battle, okay. It says down here, read more. It says Britain sends biggest warship for NATO drills on Russian border. So Britain is preparing for war as well. So that's the sentiment worldwide. Let's read this here. It says in another expansive move, officers from over 20 NATO member states will begin arriving at the alliance's base in Szczecin, Poland, on the country's border with Germany as it begins an upgrade that will be complete by 2018. Ultimately, the number of military personnel will be doubled to 400 soldiers, along with key liaison officers of the Air Force, Navy, and Special Forces, said the head of the Staff Corps, General Lutz Neiman. Okay, so this is a worldwide sentiment, man. Okay, now I spoke about Russia. Let's see what let's see what it says about Russia. It says here, it says the UK has announced that it has sent its biggest warship for the drills. Like I said earlier, Britain. It says the overarching theme of the exercises is fear of Russia. Like I said, they're all enemies to each other right now. Okay, going back and forth between these proxy wars, mainly through Ukraine and Crimea. It says intensified by Baltic neighbors and their allegations of Russia's activities in the Ukraine. All right. Um, it says Russia has responded with promises to ramp up security in Crimea. Naturally, we will increase our forces in Crimea because NATO countries have stepped up their activities in the immediate vicinity of our borders, said Russia's envoy to NATO, which NATO stands for National. I'm sorry. Uh, slipped my mind. Okay. It said Russia's envoy to NATO, Alexander Khrushchev, in mid-May. It's like it. So NATO, Russia, they're all preparing for war. Okay. Right. Okay. Like I said, NATO stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which Russia's not a part of, by the way. Okay. That's these Western European, and including America, these Western Edomite nations. Okay, and down here and read more. It says Russia to boost military presence in Crimea, response to NATO Eastern Europe expansion. So that's the sentiment, like I said, for worldwide. So I'm gonna end it there, but I'm gonna end on this scripture here in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles: Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Be your plowshares and the swords, and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And that's what's going on. War is being prepared worldwide. See, while you so-called blasting the Spanish, you're partying and bullshitting and coming out with the next great mixtape, rap mixtape, okay, trying to be a damn sellout and join the music industry, or be in the entertainment world, or try to get a good education, okay. These are the nations where, number one, the so-called white man here in America is gunning you down in the streets, okay, blowing your damn brains out, and you're killing each other, okay. These other nations, they're preparing to take America out, with you in it, okay. Scripture says, they shall not regard their young men, young or old, okay. I believe that's Isaiah the 13th chapter. So when these nuclear missiles, these ICBMs are shot by these various different countries, y'all are gonna get blown away with them. So it behooves you to listen to the GMS brothers out there on the street corners teaching His word, okay? Because all these different nations, these heathens, these Gentiles, they're preparing for war, okay, to destroy America. All right, this is verse 11. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." And that's what's going to happen. Jehoshaphat, the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, or the judgment of the Lord, Yahweh's judgment. So all these different nations, they're getting ready to be judged, okay? So it's time to really wake up and see what's going on, because these articles are coming out every day. I could barely keep up with the information, man, But as the Spirit moves me to do these videos, that's just showing that we're one step closer to getting up out of here, man. Okay, but that was it. I hope everyone was edified. Um, just to see that things are heating up. Um, like, and like the Apostle Tahar said, it's gonna be a hot summer. Um, things that's going down here in America and worldwide too, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai is right around the corner. The chariots, man, they're popping up. You know, damn near every day, man. There's always a new report. So we're almost out of here. So with that, I'm give all glory, honor, praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Honors and blessings to the elect and the rest of the brothers out there teaching His word. And Lord willing, I see you on the next lesson. Shalom.